Hello.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Walled Off.
Welcome back to Walled Off. We are riding a high of our first reel getting 15,000 views.
Yeah, very surreal. No, it's very
We're
weird.
famey. We're famey, guys.
Thank you for everyone who's believed in us. It means the world.
It's a turning point. It's a turning point. Just kidding. But actually, like,
it is validating.
it's a validating day.
Because it's like it's not only views, it's like 500 likes and like and for the people are like, which video is it? It's who is your best friend video.
Just such a good moment. I like loved when you asked it. I loved getting to talk about it. I loved recapping it with my best friend Kate. She loved her shout out. And clearly people were like sending that to their best friends, being like, yeah, it's the best feeling in the world talking about your best friend. Like it was just such a good download and moment you had, which is like the best. I love what we're
my best friends are actually my biggest source of inspiration. Truly.
Yeah. For
Everything I do is to make them proud and to get them on a yacht.
Yes.
For a girl's trip. It's like
I love that.
It's like 90% of what motivates me.
That is the ultimate goal. Well, happy Thursday. Happy almost weekend. What do we have to catch up on? I'm here having a naughty coffee. I like woke up yesterday and skipped coffee because I had acupuncture and I did great. And then I had a headache last night and I was like, why do I have a headache? And I was like, oh, because I didn't have coffee. And then this morning I made it till noon and I was like, perfect. I didn't have any coffee. I'm going to gym at our Eastern time, 5:00. And then when I was walking out of the gym, I was like, I don't know if I can podcast without a little caffeine. So I went for it. And now I probably won't sleep tonight.
Well, whatever. You're not traveling.
But I made it to the gym.
And we love that. And I love that.
Right? Are you proud of me? I feel like I'm making strides from our conversations and like little things I'm doing.
No, I'm telling you, like this allows us to like breathe life into our ideas and the things we want to change. And then it holds you accountable too, because it's so awkward if you're like, I want to start this thing. And then I'm like, how's it going? And you're like,
I know. Well, you can ask me those things I haven't started, but I still am brewing on so many like, it's one thing at a time.
Exactly.
It's a lot. And it's like little things. We have a lot of big hopes and dreams to get to the yacht. So it's like, it's been 3 months of us doing this and it's like one thing at a time.
For sure. And also, I mean, my philosophy on life is you get your health in order before you get anything else. That is the foundation.
It is. Like, and I needed to like keep honing that.
Absolutely. Speaking of health, I was sick all week.
I know. Wait, let's rewind. How was last time we really talked was when we had a great interview on Friday. Can't wait for everyone to hear that. Well, you'll have already listened to it if you're hearing this.
And if you haven't, you guys have to go check out Abby Pendergrast. What a spirit. Like,
she's
oh
a
my
stud.
gosh. Yeah, literally a stud. That's the perfect way to
stud.
describe her.
She's like in all the feminine ways. I don't mean to use that word in masculine, but either way, whatever, doesn't matter. She's just a stud and a beast and a boss. And the conversation was so great. And I just got fired up from that.
Well, it's nice too talking to her because she's like ahead of us on a career journey.
Yeah, exactly.
So
she's like 7 years ahead of us.
No, and I'm like 6. Watching the episode and we're just like googly eyes. Like we're
yes, it was so easy to just be sat. I was like, we don't even have to do anything here. Like
it was a masterclass.
It was a masterclass. And that's what she's selling.
I know.
So she's selling what she is. Like, I fucking love that.
Which is, like, that's the alignment that we're talking about.
I know.
It's not like she was like, I want to be a good teacher. Like, she just became one through life experiences and putting herself in situations to learn and learning from others. And it's like you get to a point where you have to create something that your younger self would have benefited off of and needed when they were, like, when you were that, like, unknown age, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I love that, like, me and you, like, we've for sure accomplished things, but I think we're, like, early on in our entrepreneurial efforts and spirits and, like, the situation we're in. It's really amazing to have people on a little ahead of us, whether it's Molly or Julian or Abby, that, like, are maybe where we're feeling at a few years ago or whatever. A part of their story is just, like, they're close enough where it's very relatable, but they're, like, teaching us things in these conversations. And that's like one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this and start interviewing people. So I'm just like fired up after that because it felt like our third interview, we're in our stride. Everyone's got a little something different to say. And like, it just keeps keeps me so excited.
So excited. It reminds me of like to talk about high school. It reminds me of like if you were like a freshman in high school and you were friends with like a senior.
Yes.
Where you're like, this person's so wise, but they weren't that ahead of you. They're so relatable to you.
You can still get along really well.
Yeah, but they also like know and I like what Abby said too, where she was like, she said to me and you that we're in like the late phase of our early career, and she's in like the mid phase of her career. I don't know.
Yeah, she said it. She said something like that. I know what you're talking about.
And it was really beautiful how she said it, but I just butchered it. But I've been thinking about that too, because I'm like, oh, there's like this whole nother phase coming, and like we're like late in like the new phase, but like so spring chicken early in the like later phase.
Exactly. Yeah, that's awesome. So go back and listen to that if you guys aren't sure about guest episodes and you just want to hear us chat. Like I appreciate that, but also listen to the guests. They're freaking great.
Yeah, she's gonna turn you into a beast.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do her course as well.
Yeah, there's a lot to plug for her.
Yeah.
Okay, keep catching up. So what was your Halloween weekend like? Because that's the last we talked was pre-Halloween night. Did you have fun?
Yes.
Part of the reason why you got a little of the suds?
100%. Halloween, I went crazy.
Yeah, I love it though. I love it.
I hit a wall. I met my limit. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, both me and Sam down with a bad cold. Nothing too serious, but just immune system's like knocking back a little bit. I'm still a little congested now, but whatever.
Feeling a lot better?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to take it
You
easy
were rocking on
this
Wednesday.
weekend.
You were like, I'm back.
Yeah. Well,
So
I
you're
also
resilient.
like, yeah. And like being sick it's like, okay, my body needs to rest. I'm going to rest. But then like the feeling of like being back after being sick, I'm just like, I just like to work. I just like to show up. I like want to keep,
you can only be down for so many days.
Yeah, no. I was still like working on the podcast and doing like other
I know you were
little things from bed. But yeah.
So you guys had fun.
Yes, Halloween was the best. We went as Vanellope von Schweep and Wreck-It Ralph.
So cute.
Yeah,
that's so original. Really I hadn't seen that one.
We love that movie too. And we went to like a Halloween party where I don't know why Halloween when we were kids, and of course we're kids. I'm understanding the context, but like it was magical. Every single house would go all out. Like you lived in a big neighborhood. I lived in a big neighborhood. I mean, it was like borderline movie sets at every house. Insane. And everyone like went for it. I don't know. As we got older, I just don't see that as much. But the Halloween party we went to is in this neighborhood this one street in the neighborhood that one of my friend's parents live on. They shut down the whole street. They have a live band playing in every single house, and like literally like thousands of kids show up, and every single house is completely decked out. Like there's one house that's known for the Harry Potter house, and the other house is like the circus house that serves cotton candy. And every single house serves, of course, a sweet treat for the kids, but also an alcoholic beverage for the adults. So the adults go down the street and we trick or treat. So the house we were at was the Scooby-Doo house, and my friend Haley, who is very much into woodworking, built a mystery machine type thing that we were handing like candy out of. And then we had like alcoholic blueberry slushies that we were handing out to the adults. It was really fun.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah. I wonder, because I felt like this too. There was like this period in between childhood and adulthood where I was like, why aren't things exciting and childlike? But now that I'm getting a little older, they're out there. You just have to like seek them out. They're not like as obvious, like, because I think when you're a kid, your parents bring you to the things like very deliberately. But as an adult, you can easily miss it. You can like miss the street. Like I have a friend, one of my best friends lives in Denver, and her street is like iconic for this Halloween stuff. And it sounds like it's always been like that. It's like the street, like whatever. And now it's like blowing up. Like I think it's a little out of hand, I've heard from her, where it's like 2,000 kids come and like they have to go to Costco and get like every single, like it's crazy because like TikTok put it on. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what the details are, but like I'm sure that street was always magical, but like things transform, they grow, people like bring in new things, there's a theme or whatever. And I think that there's like this time in between, like in your 20s, where you're either like paying attention to that stuff or you're not. And there's like a phase where it's like a little depressing because you're like, oh, I'm not a kid anymore. And then, but then you can come to terms with like, oh, I can seek that stuff out or I can create it. Like I would love to be the couple that has like the Scooby-Doo theme, whatever, and do that every year, like the tradition of that. even if it's not like you're the holiday house every year for every party, because like I don't think I have that in me, but I would love to have like a thing, whether it's like the Christmas cocktail party or like the Halloween Scooby-Doo thing, like you're saying, like if you have a thing as a couple or as a family, I think that's really cool for your kids, or even between just you and your partner to like, and your friends to have a thing.
I absolutely agree. And I am, as you know, all for having a thing.
Yeah, you guys do a little Christmas thing, right?
Yeah, so we do a Christmas cocktail almost every year, but we're definitely doing it this year. I mean, literally November 1st, before I was feeling sick, I had like mild Halloween decorations up. Halloween, I was out of the house. I was not present in the home.
Yeah.
We watched Halloween movies, but whatever. But second November 1st hit, I became one of those people that I put up all my Christmas decorations, minus a tree, because we get a real tree. Tree will come in December.
Yeah.
But everything that I have, I was like, I'm going to go ahead and put this up. Like, we're going to have this
Enjoy
up.
it.
We're going to celebrate. I didn't decorate at all. Very minimal. For Halloween, we didn't even carve a pumpkin this year, and we always do.
Right.
But like I said, I was out in town. I was out in town, and I suffered because of it. But yeah, whole house is decorated, and I'm just loving November so far.
Yay, me too. It's such good vibes.
And you just turned 28.
I did. I can't believe it. I'm 5 days into 28, and it's feeling fire. It's feeling good.
You're in the prime.
I'm in the prime. Me and Connor said that to each other this week. I was like, we're in our prime, baby. Let's enjoy it. Let's get to business. We got to get this guy on the movies, on the big silver screens, okay? He performed on Friday night. And
so
the kid
crazy.
is just, he's coming into his own more and more, and so am I, and it's just fun to watch. It's just like, there's all these years of knowing the potential in yourself and in each other, but like finding your footing in that.
Yeah.
And I think my whole life, I couldn't wait for this feeling I'm feeling right now, and I'm just scratching on the surface of it.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, I knew 30 would be great, and getting closer to it, and I love it. I just was born one of those kids that like, I mean, I kind of like I look back and I feel a little sad that I wasn't like as into childhood as many people were.
I was the same way. I wanted to be,
I would think
when I was like 5 years old, I wanted to be a teenager.
Exactly. And then when you're a teenager, you're like, I want to be 22. And then when you're 22, I'm like, I want to be 28.
Yep. And the second I turned, I think it was like 15 or 16, I'm talking to all the high school girls, and I'm like, guys, our 30s, they're going to be at. Everyone thought I was crazy because that sounds so old to a 15-year-old, but I was like, you don't understand. I was like, these people in their 20s, they do not look good. I was like 16. I was like, they look like they're in danger. This isn't going to be good for us.
Exactly. my only like thing I can give of words of wisdom if you're in your early 20s listening to this is put on sunscreen. Your girl over here, she hasn't done it, and now I'm starting to see the sunspots in the wear, and the tarot's in denial. And it's not bad yet, but like I got to change my tune on that stuff, because I will say like I think that is, I'm going to like love aging and love the way that like I age and grow and like change. I don't know. I think I should be applying a little bit of sunscreen and having a routine. So that's my only note.
Face, neck, chest, and hands. Back of your hands.
Yes. Will you send me like what I should be doing? Because like I'm into like clean stuff too. So like I need to like do some research, but like I don't know. I'm feeling dehydrated. I'm feeling the sunspots. I'm feeling like I got to step it up, and it like just started really showing the last 6 months, in my opinion.
You need a red light. You need red light.
Okay, what does that do?
It's like
should I get one of the good masks, or should I get like one of those blocks?
I have a block just because it was like I bought it for like $100, but it's like you have to get the red light, has to be at a certain frequency in order for it to actually penetrate your skin.
Right.
But essentially, I will do a deep dive on this one episode. But I did Accutane a couple of years back. And that was really fun, spiritual and physical journey for me. But because of that, it really like destroyed my skin barrier. Like I was just like redness, discoloration, dryness. Like it just took a while to get back. And
it does something to your like oil glands or something, right?
Oh yeah. My hair, I could go like a week without washing it, and it would look like this. This is one
day.
Tomorrow it won't look like this.
Whoa.
But I would rather have oily than dry. Oily is good.
Oily is good.
But yes, red light, it's like amazing. Screed every day on the face. I do face and neck because my chest is usually covered because I'm at work.
Yeah.
But yeah, face and neck with the sunscreen, red light therapy, gua sha, lymphatic drainage, all day long.
Okay.
And that's
I did that this week once, but I'm going to pick it up.
And that's kind of in the summer, the ice cube on the face, like I said that one time, like that's kind of just my go-to.
Okay.
I haven't done any Botox or fillers. Not that I'm against it. I don't see a need to do it. No. But I will eventually get into like lasers and microneedling and doing that kind of stuff.
I have a really good episode I'm going to send you from the Foster's podcast, the world's first podcast.
Wait, the facelift one, right?
Yeah, did you listen to it?
No, I didn't. Sorry.
No, it's okay, but I've sent it to you.
Yes, I have it saved.
It's just really great because that guy seems like he might have done Kris Jenner's. Like he's one of the big Hollywood guys. Mm-hmm. He's very credible, and he's not anti-filler and stuff, but he gives a lot of disclaimers of like, everyone should go listen to it because at some point in your life, if you're a female, you might be curious to go into some of these things. And it's just a really good informational thing about like, once you put the filler in, well, what happens to it? What happens to your muscles? Right. What happens to that liquid? What happens to these things? And then when you go to get the facelift in your 50s, 60s, 70s, whenever people do want to go do that, if you choose to, all that work you've done for 10, 15 years impacts the facelift. So some of his notes were like, less is more. Doing the facelift at the right time is more the move. So I don't know. It's just an interesting take on it of like, also like sometimes people are doing fillers in certain areas and then not doing it in other areas. I don't know. It was just really, I haven't even like, I don't have a lot of interest in that stuff right now, but I was really glad I listened to it at this point because it gave me like, okay, great. Like now I can be more knowledgeable about what's out there. I know what the terms mean. I know what a laser is now. Like I didn't know anything. So that was like really basic, but very informative. And he seems very trustworthy. So highly recommend.
Cool. I'll link it in the episode.
Yeah. Okay.
And I love the Foster sisters.
I know. It's a good one. Okay. What else? So we get into our topic of topics?
Let's dive on in.
Okay. What's our topic again?
Okay, so this is how this came up. So we get this one TikTok that it blew up, it has 15,000 views. I don't even know what 15,000 people would look like in a room. Like, just one of those things. And we were like, what should we talk about? And we were drawing a blank. And then I went on ChatGPT and I was like, here are all of our past episodes, and this is what's happening right now in our lives. Like, what do we talk about? And they were like, confidence and imposter syndrome. And I was like, oh, girl.
Yes. Wait, okay. I want to start with something.
Tell me.
So topics, confidence and imposter syndrome. I think it's really ironic that happened the day after I sent you that clip.
Yeah.
That was, okay, so... This is a side tangent, but I have to like bring it in. There's a podcast called The Circle Podcast or something. I actually don't listen to it, but I follow the Instagram. It's Jennifer Aniston's best friend. I think she's in entertainment in some form. I don't really know. But when I was in I did this acting seminar thing. I don't act. I've never acted. I've never taken an acting class, but Connor's acting coach puts on this like creative seminar for 5 weeks, and I did it 2 years ago. And he just wanted me to experience it. It's kind of like the artist way, but a class.
Sure.
So it was very cool.
That. Yeah.
She brought in Jen Aniston as the guest speaker at the very end. Yeah, it was very cool. So I got to hear her talk, see her speak or whatever. She brought in a few of her friends, one of the people being this person I shared the video of. So it's like one of her longtime best friends. They've been best friends since they were 20. So I just followed the few people that were in the room that day because they were like inspirational and had good vibes and just cool boss ass women. Yeah, it was really good vibes. I mean, it's Jen Aniston. What are you going to do? It was cool. So then I'm listening to Jen Aniston's episode on Armchair Expert a few weeks ago, and she plugged this podcast. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I should dig that podcast back up and see whatever. And this clip comes up and I send it to Nina. And the clip basically is this woman. Her name's Andrea, I think, or Dre. She goes by Dre. And she's talking about her podcast. I think her Instagram only has 2,000 followers. I'm not sure what their metrics are. But at some point, she was asking herself the question, if she was asking someone else, how do we become successful at this? Are we a successful podcast? Are we ever going to be a successful podcast? And the person she was talking back to was like, you are successful. And here's all the reasons why. And it was such a cool thing. And then she went into a tangent about being lucky and like saying I am a lucky person, I am the luckiest person in the world, and saying the like, we've probably already mentioned this type of thinking here on the podcast, but I love the way that she said it. It was so simple. And I sent it to Nina, and then Nina wrote back like, Caroline and Nina are successful podcasters. We are the luckiest girls in the world. And then the next day, our video that had been around had already been out for a minute.
Yeah, it was already out for like 24 hours. So usually that's when things pop off and you're just like, all right.
Yeah, and it was like, whatever. And it would just, I don't know. It's like, it doesn't even, to me, it doesn't matter that we got 15,000 views. It's just like this symbolic moment of like a lot of what I've had. I've had plenty of, and sorry, I'm taking up all the oxygen right now, but I just feel like I've had a lot of people come up to me and be like, the podcast is so great. Like at weddings, or me and Connor went to dinner on Monday night, and some of his guy friends in entertainment were asking me about it. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, like I can't own it. And I think that's something for me to really look at. And you've been owning it, I think, more confidently in me, and that's been helping me. Like that's pulling me towards the thing that I want. But there's something blocked for me of like, well, I can't wait for like the videos to always get 15,000 views to feel credible enough to be doing this. Like does that make sense?
Yeah, and I will say that like I own it. Like I'm a podcaster, but then I'm like, I use words like my little podcast. Like I notice myself
you still downplay it a little bit.
I still downplay it a little bit. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, though, when we got the views, I was like, about damn time. Like, the hell?
Yeah.
You guys finally caught on? Like, this shit's good. Like that. That was kind of like my joke with it, because I really do feel like it's so inevitable. Like no one could come up to me and be like, this isn't going to work. Like no one. Mm-hmm. It's like the amount of downloads and ideas and alignments that we have when it comes to this.
There's stardust on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel that, and I want to honor that.
So going back to like the question, or I guess the question would be, how do you deal with imposter syndrome and breaking through that confidence barrier to keep going on a path you feel aligned on, but there's no, like, I guess what I was trying to get at is like, you have to, I think most times for a lot of people, you have to break through like a lot of self-doubt, a lot of like actual putting in the work and timing before you get your stars, before you get your flowers, like the whatever the saying is, of like a lot of our markers of success and like worth are based off like other people's recognitions of it, and the status of it, and the money of it, and the views on it. And I think that if you only look at it in those terms, like, one, you're gonna feel like shit maybe for a long time.
Well, you're putting you're putting all the power in something that you cannot control.
Yeah, exactly.
And that does not fly around here.
No. And I don't think that you can get the best outcome. Like, I will say, with admitting that I have some of that doubt and imposter and like owning my shit, I still do feel like, that's part of it. But I do still feel like when I show up and I talk to you on these episodes where we interview people, I feel fully in my heart like I'm in it. I feel like what we're talking about is impactful. I feel like we're being ourselves. I feel like there's enough power and weight behind it where I'm not like, I don't feel negative energy towards it. I think I could just do a little bit stepping into my belief that I have something worth saying. Like that might be my part where I'm like, who am I to think I'm, like I have that doubt.
Yeah. And it's like, I have that too, in the way I've justified it. And I was like, there's like 15 people listening to this. Like, who cares? Mm-hmm. And then you bring it to like another level where that's where like my imagination has been playing with recently, of like, if this was like 15,000 people, I was going to say 10, 15,000, 20,000, 100,000 people, like, can you still carry that same energy when it was just 5? Because that's how it's going to happen, like that. I would say, but like, okay, back it up. Confidence is a choice.
Yeah.
And I stand on that 100%. Because like, you come off as a very confident person.
Yeah, I feel confident.
How you commute, because it's like the confidence is essentially when you take action from a place of what a confident person would do, then you get perceived, and things, like it. What am I trying to say? I just lost my words.
That's okay. I think I know what you're saying. I think that you're saying if you come from a place of confidence and live in that, you're then going to like maybe not automatically, but you're inevitably going to power through some of the stuff, the blocks, the roadblocks of it all.
Yes. Thank you. I just like steered my.
Like is that the secret sauce, basically?
Well, I had like my train of thought and I like went into the woods with it and you just brought me back on the tracks.
Okay.
Confidence itself, you can view as like a tool in your toolbox. It is not like this big overarching thing. You literally work at it every day through being like, it's okay, I'm going to do this thing tomorrow. And then you do the thing. Then you get a little coin in there for the confidence. And then that's how things like that keep building. At all times, I have doubts and fears and all the things. I just don't take action from those things, right? Like if I'm taking action from doubt, then more doubt will come. Where attention goes, energy flows. So like that, I don't know. And that's where it's like, confidence is so attainable for anybody, and I think that's what I'm trying to get at. Sorry, guys, little sick still, so I'm like my mind is like a little mush.
No, I'm following you.
Okay, cool. So I think confidence in itself is so attainable for anybody. It is literally as close to you as like turning a page in a book of making the decision that you are going to do things that you as a confident person would do. That's it.
Yeah.
You do not feel it internally until you've put in enough time and energy towards the confident thing. And then you can be like, oh, I am confident about it. Yeah. Or, but that's the thing is like, I can be like, oh, I'm confident about the podcast. And then tomorrow I'll be like feeling doubts about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not,
so it's not like it's
not
a
work
thing.
In progress.
Yeah.
Part of life. And I think.
And you got to pay your dues for it.
And I think some people have a fearlessness they're born with. And I think some people have a fearlessness they're taught from a parent. Some people have fearlessness that they develop from being told they're amazing all the time. Like there's no one way that people get to that point. It's like clearly like a very individual to an individual person type of difference. But I think we can even like boil it back down to like the podcast is a very specific thing that we're into right now, trying to break through with ourselves and like on the internet and just like territory we've never been in. So it feels like a little like, whoa, this is like a lot. But if we like take it back to like me trying to go to the gym, like I didn't have the confidence to go to this gym without Connor. And now I signed up a few weeks ago. I've been 4 times.
Yep.
And each time I'm going with him. But the first 2 times I needed to be like at the weight sets with him. I needed him to be near me. And now the last 2 times he's in the vicinity, but we took separate cars. I went for an hour and then I left. I didn't really see him in there. And I'm like, okay, now I feel like maybe tomorrow I could go at a different time when he's not even there. So it's like, that sounds crazy because I'm 28 years old and it's a gym. But I don't feel very comfortable in the gym. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not like lifting big weights or knowing like I'm not in shape. And so it feels like this weird thing that I'm uncomfortable by. And it's like part of it's like not even anyone looking at me because I don't think that's happening, especially in this gym. It's like pretty great vibes. But I feel this sense of like building my own confidence to be the person who enjoys and gets a lot out of working out. And I can't skip over this weird lack of confidence I have of being able to be that person. So like to get to be that person, I think I just have to chip away at it and use the resources and things that are helping me build the confidence to then become that.
Yeah. Well, you have like what you like just described is you have a direction. Like you know the identity that you want to have.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. Like I identify as a confident person, so then I am. So then I make decisions that a confident person would make. Yes. So like it's like that making that part of my identity has been the most a choice, right? Like it's not just given to you. Like that's a choice that I'm going to do that. And you making the choice of like, you're also like, you're not even saying like, I'm going to be consistent at the gym. You're like, I want to feel comfortable. I want to love this. I want to da-da-da. Like there's feeling in there and I can already like envision this like version of you.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And
exactly.
now it's just you, like, in your brain creating the neural pathways, in reality chipping away with your habits of then connecting to that version of you.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's really applicable to anything. I think something to even go even further backwards on is like this little bug I'm trying to like dive into and tackle right now with fitness and health. It doesn't there I would definitely say it's not like I haven't been like working on it and doing small things over the years, but like it's been a big stuck point and pain point for me.
Yeah, it was for me too for a
Yeah,
long
like there's
time.
some big block there. It's very
Mhm.
layered for me with like where I was at in college with fitness and my body and birth control and my trauma and all this stuff. So like to get where I'm at right now where I finally signed up for the gym and I've gone 4 times, taking me quite a long time to get to that point. So if you back it up even further over like what's been stopping me for 2 years, which I think is like what this conversation could also be about. It's like how do you work through to get to the point where you finally start making the choices, to your point, leaning into that? I don't have the answer to that. I think it's like something I'm trying to figure out is like how come sometimes it takes me so long or what feels like a long time to break through imposter syndrome, lack of confidence, fear. I don't really know. I'm just now starting to think like look at myself in these like go above myself and be like, what's blocking you, sweetie? Like what is the thing you're so scared of? And just like really breaking it down and trying to like almost, I don't know if this is the right way to go about it, but I'm kind of like I have something tonight I'm like gonna do and like rip the band-aid off of. I have a fear with. And um I'm trying to figure out how to do it quicker instead of living in these like long-term suffering
You want like a quicker
periods.
bounce back rate. Like you want to like
Not just bounce back, but dive in.
yeah.
Like dive into the thing. Like I spend a lot of time thinking about the thing and not taking action, and I'm trying to analyze in my own little brain what you doing? Like, what are you waiting for? And I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm just trying to figure out like what are the things I get really stuck on and what am I hiding from? What am I waiting for?
That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, God, loaded question.
I know. It's so loaded, but I feel like if I don't figure out the why, this pattern will keep happening in my life and I'm going to waste years not doing the podcast with you, not starting my next collection. Like I wait so long to do things I have so much potential and drive and interest in because of something.
Here's the thing though, is like, does the why matter?
I don't know. Maybe for me it does because of my fucking Scorpio-ness. I don't know.
But that's the
I don't
thing is like
know.
cause like I overthink, I think things into the ground. But, and I mean, for years I was reading self-help books and calling that doing something.
Yes.
Right? I was journaling, troubleshooting my head and trying to figure out the magical map that was going to connect me and heal me and do all the things that I needed to do. And then one day I was like, how about I just do it angry or scared or pissed off? And then things started to make sense. Because if you think about it, like we are so complex. We're and our 3D brains are far too complex to understand the vastness of dimensions that are going on in realities at any moment in time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely. It's too much.
We are not gods. And it's like, we can like have these like philosophical conversations that I completely enjoy, but that mental space is not a good place to stay in. So that's why it's like, does the why even matter? No. What matters is what you do.
Yeah. I think I just get obsessed with understanding the why with everything.
Fair enough.
Like when
someone
fun. Gets like, I don't know, what's an example of this? Like when Connor doesn't feel well or something, I want to know why. I'm like, why didn't you feel well? Is it because you weren't taking care of yourself? Is it because you were at this airport? Like, it doesn't matter. I don't know why. I want to dig in to the why.
That is not a problem. That energy just needs to be honed. Like that is a superpower.
Around the right things.
Yes. Like, like the Fantastic Four, the guy with the laser eyes, and he's all crazy with the laser eyes. And he can't control it. He puts on the glasses. The glasses helps him.
Yeah.
Like focus that power. It's a conduit. Yes.
Yeah. I have to use it with the things that's helpful for and quiet it with the things where it's not.
Because it's so helpful in business. I mean, today when we were troubleshooting like the follower thing,
Yeah.
Like when you think it
Exactly.
through and you have all these like, and because you think it through is something I love about you.
I'm not
Because
impulsive.
no, and you're always going to hit me with like a different perspective or
Mm-hmm.
multiple. And I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that. So like, it's not a bad thing to want to know the why, but I think at a certain point, it's like, and I am talking about myself with this as much
No,
as
give
I'm
it to
talking
me.
to you,
Give it to
but
me.
I think it's important to be like, is knowing the why an excuse for me not doing the thing? Because
Yeah.
confidence is what you do. That is putting in. Well, another thing that just downloaded to me, it feeds off on this, but like I feel like everyone has their own little formula for confidence and you intuitively know what it is, but if you don't, you need
Mm-hmm.
to figure it out. Like for me, it's like a baseline of having like direction in a career, having my health together, having my like looks and body taken care of. Like if I don't look good, I
Mm-hmm.
don't feel good. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Like
Mm-hmm.
another thing is like dressing up and like just putting effort into me allows me to be confident, allows me to approach the world in a different way, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I just like confidence is all that to say is confidence is action.
It is. It is.
And when you
It's
can
developing
continuously,
too.
yeah,
It's constantly developing. That's why
it
you
is.
see these amazing clips that we send each other of these women in their 70s and 80s in New York, and they're just so fucking perfect. And you're like, that doesn't happen at 28. The person doing that at 28 looks a little like, they're cool. But like the woman doing it at 70, she's a fucking star because it's a
Yeah,
developing, practicing, owning every little accessory you try on, every little way you dye your hair and cut your hair, and every jacket and boots and everything you put on is just like all this version of growing into that.
it
And
is.
such a practice.
It's also like owning your yeses and your nos. Like
Yeah.
what are your hell nos and what are your
Yeah.
yeses? Like confidence is like the ability to like own your aura and
Mm-hmm.
not let it change for anybody or anything.
Yeah.
And to be fair to all of us listening and me and you and everyone that's grown up in this world, we at no point in our lives, unless you have like amazing parents, but I mean in this society, we are not bred to be confident.
Oh,
No one.
we're bred to be insecure and torn to pieces.
Exactly. So like even the act of saying I want to have more confidence is rebellious to this society.
Mm-hmm.
We were set up to fail in that space.
And women are just told to be quiet and like,
Exactly.
stay
So
small.
we picked up microphones.
Yeah,
But like
literally.
that's the thing. Is like also understanding the context of like where you are in this world
Yeah.
of like this isn't a world that is like wanting, especially women, to be educated and aware and confident and having conversational skills,
Yeah.
So I think like a little grace needs to be given that, especially like this generation of like intentionally seeking out that power.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think it also like it's like good for the collective. Any single like woman or human being just looking for that within themselves is like good for the people around them. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, totally. Something that just downloaded to me is like also another example of this is like, so something Connor and I have been talking about lately is when you're at this point that we're all at, which is you have a big goal, you have big dreams, and you're trying to get there. If part of the tactic could be putting yourself in rooms with people that are and have achieved some of the things you want, because it's mentorship, it's example, it's learning, it's all these things. Walking into those rooms and participating in those rooms can be very intimidating when you don't feel like your spreadsheet or your resume is up to par with everyone else in the room.
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is, I think, at least the way I look at it, is like once you get in one of those rooms and you meet people and you actually break it down, they're just a human that's like not that different than you. And if, I listen to Armchair Expert a lot, another podcast, and like at the end, Dax and Monica, the two hosts, they like chit chat and just like catch up after the guest episode is aired.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the Dodgers game. I think like the LA Dodgers game is just like classic celebrities are all there. They're all invited. And then there's like tiers of like where they're sat and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Dax is like, he's an A-list celebrity now. Like he's got all the things you could ever want. And he was talking about being insecure with some of these people he's around and talking to. I'm like, at that point, if you're still fucking insecure,
choice.
This thing never ends. Like this thing of like, I'm like, if you're at the bottom of the totem pole in quotes and then you keep climbing the ladder, it's just a never ending ladder. So if you don't own the spot you're at on the ladder, you're just going to feel like shit fucking forever is the point. So it's like, and what's the choice? Are you going to walk into the room and look at the other people and say, they're just humans and their status only means what I make it mean? And what they could be a dick and think they're better than you. That's on them. That doesn't mean you have to absorb that type of energy and make you feel less than, or make you feel like you're doing something that's not good enough or whatever the thing is. And I just think there's so much pressure on like hitting the markers so that you feel comfortable in the room. And I'm like, I don't think you'll ever feel comfortable in the room until you feel comfortable.
But it's literally a choice. Like if you're not comfortable in that room.
I think though people don't know what that means when you say it's a choice.
Okay.
Like breakdown, I know what you mean, but I do think that because you've been saying that to me for a while, and at first I was like, yeah, it's a choice, but the choice is a lot harder to make than for a lot of people than I think. Like, I don't know. Like, how do you go about making the choice? It's a question, I guess. Sucking the fuck up.
I'll be a little bit more thoughtful this time, I promise.
No, I'm not pointing. I'm not making fun. I'm being dead serious. I'm like,
no,
what do you do? Do you just suck it up and just fucking ball up and do it? I'm being dead serious.
It's more of the awareness of the choice. Once you're aware that you can walk in a room and choose to be confident.
Yeah, like give me an example. Like you're at a wedding, you're showing up by yourself. You don't know anyone there. It's just a weird feeling. You're like, there's a clique over there. Do I go talk to them? Like there's so many examples of this that aren't just business or celebrity or whatever.
Fine. Full disclosure. This is exactly what I would do in that case.
Yeah.
If I knew I was walking into a wedding by myself where I knew no one there except for Sam and he was a very important person and whatever. He couldn't.
Yeah, he's in the wedding. That's a good example. So he's in the wedding. You're by yourself. You are only there because you're his date and you don't know anyone else there. How do you have how do you make a choice?
Well, first off, I show up. I make sure that, you my hair, my lipstick. Yeah.
Seriously.
And that's like one of my things in my formula for confidence. And then it's you walk in. I would walk in and like literally straight to the bar, straight to the thing. And it's like you walk in, you make eye contact with people, you smile, if you walk up to the bar, hi, how are you? Talking to the bartenders. Like it's more of just this is silly. I view rooms that I walk into as me like blessing my energy in the room.
Yeah.
And
you're owning your light.
Owning the light, but it's also like, what do I want to bring to this table?
Yeah.
What impression do I want to make? How do I want people to think of me? Because you have more control over that than you think. Yes, people are going to project. Yes, that situation is going to be there. But it's also owning like, hi, I don't know anyone here. Can I sit with you? Where are you from? Da da da. So like it's like it's owning. And if you're walking in like the room that you're saying where, with people ahead of you in your career, it's owning that you don't know anything.
Yeah.
But
ask questions.
Well, and here's the thing, and here's like the biggest secret of the world, is that you can actually choose to have, you can choose to have the confidence of the what you perceive as like the most successful, unbelievable version of yourself or the people out there right now in this moment, and start moving through your world that way, and your world will respond differently.
Yeah.
And I've seen it happen over and over again. And that's how I know it's a choice. It's not a choice if I'm having feelings of like, oh, I'm a little nervous to walk in that room. But the action does not come from that place.
Yeah. Action has to come from the version of yourself that you want to be.
The version of yourself also that you want, the version of yourself that you want to like bring out.
Yeah, it's in you. Yeah, it's in you. But but the insecure feeling might be blaring is the point. You just can't let it win. Like it might be screaming at you, but you can't let it override.
If you're in a situation or multiple situations where your insecure self is screaming at you, you got some work to do.
Yeah.
You've lost the plot. That's extreme.
Yeah.
Because your insecure self is like, why are you letting so much fear control you? If your insecure self has the ability to yell at you, where is your ability to create safety within yourself? Like, why is something within you yelling at you to the point where you can't, hold that part of yourself? Why are you so unsafe that your insecure person has to be completely blaringly obvious? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but a lot of people are walking through the world like that.
No, I know. It's not easy.
So it's hard when you don't have a lot of examples. Like, I feel like I got really fortunate that, like, I just have watched my mom walk through the world pretty confidently, unapologetically, So, like, I just followed that pace, and I think that, like, I was already some steps ahead from having that example. But, like, I can think back to a lot of experiences of, like, I want big things from the world, so I'm going to step into some rooms that are really uncomfortable. And it's not that, like, I can't get there really quick of feeling comfortable, but, like, the first 10 minutes of it, or, like, even being, like, if we relate it to work, like being in an outside sales meeting, the more of them
you're
I've
nervous
done,
walking in there.
and the more of them I've done, I'm like, okay, these designers are all awesome. They're all beautiful. They're all got their shit together. They're older than me. But why doesn't that mean that I can't come in here and have something to present? But the first few that I did, I felt very terrified, even though on paper I have a lot to offer. So it's like, it just takes, like, and that did mean I needed to look inside and, like, do some work. But, like, in your 20s, that's just, like, the spot that you're in until
Right.
that you can do it.
But my thinking behind what I just said was, if in that case you got to the door and you turned around and you went home.
Right. Like, yeah, you cannot let it win, or you cannot let it stop you from trying and just showing up. And maybe you're sweating in the meeting, but then you walk out and you feel relieved and you feel so happy you did it,
Well, and that's the thing is, like what is it? Like, the wolf you feed is the wolf that survives.
Yeah.
Like, confidence and insecurity are these two neutral things. Whichever one that you consistently feed is going to be the one that prevails.
Yeah,
it's going to be and it's going to be the stronger, and it's going to be the stronger voice.
Okay.
And it's one of those things.
That.
And that's what I mean when I say choice. You choose who you're feeding at every small decision that you make in your life. Like, every single one. I believe in this so wholeheartedly. But it's also made me a little, like, if someone's, like, completely insecure and, like, totally lost in the sauce, I'm like, it's hard for me to be like, come on, like, you have so much more power and so much more to give.
Yeah.
You just need to find it. But yeah, no, where your attention goes, your energy flows. Where your energy flows, your manifestations will be created.
Yeah.
So it's like,
all right, well, let's get a little specific here for me. You can give me a little hype speech. It's 4:00. I have a opportunity to go to a graduate group meeting for the therapeutic thing I did this summer. So once a month on Thursdays, there's, like, a hosted group. There's, like, a bunch of them around the city for anyone that's gone through the process of what I did. And I went to one with one of my friends from the group right after we got out, like, that next month. And so it felt comfortable, and I was, like, already on a high from getting that experience and being whatever. But in the hour and a half where I sat in the group, it felt, like, uncomfortable. I was like, dang it, like, this is just all new people again. I have to do these, like, they make you do these little exercises and things that are just, they're uncomfortable on purpose. That's the whole fucking point.
Right.
And I haven't gone back. And I felt like when I saw the email this week, I felt a little like, I think I need that energy back in my life. Totally. It's been months since I've done any of not months, it's been weeks since I've done any of the tools that I was doing consistently from it. I'm just a little bit like, I'm needing that energy. So then I don't know if it's an insecure part of me, because I'm not feeling insecure about it. I'm feeling avoidant to go into this discomfort that I know would be helpful for me. So I've already done a lot of things this week that would give me an out to going. And hi, Lily. And I think that I'm not trying to figure out why I don't want to go. I think it's kind of obvious. It's like effort and it's discomfort or whatever. I'm trying to figure out, how can I walk into that room? I'm not going to have any of my friends there. It'll be another different experience of walking into a random group of probably 30 people I've never met and being vulnerable. It doesn't mean I have to talk, but just to observe, to participate, do the little game I have to do. It's just, like, stuff I'm just like, it's not like everyone's go-to thing on a Thursday night, but I really know it'll be good for me. And I really know that, like, the stuff we're talking about of building the confidence, shining my light, doing these things that like I'm setting out to do to be the best version of myself, this is a tool, this is an opportunity, this is a like go do it type of situation. So what's your speech for me?
Okay, question.
Yeah.
If you had stayed completely on every single little task and homework that they assigned you,
yeah,
how would you be walking? Would you be walking in the room differently?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just you being a perfectionist again. You want to you want to go in there and get an A+ grade on everything that you did.
No, it's not that, because no one in there knows like what you're doing or how you're doing. It's like it's just me, a random set of people, and we're just gonna be talking about the process and like things, and like mostly you think about yourself and you internalize them. But there's a little bit of discomfort of just like walking and participating, like it's like the wedding example, but just like a little even weirder, because it's just like I have to be vulnerable. I have to start a conversation with the person next to me. I have to take action, and I have to make a choice. And ultimately, it's one that I could easily avoid, because there's no reason. I don't have to go to it like you have to go to a wedding. I don't have to go to it like you have to go to work. It's a thing like going to the gym that's like something that I could avoid, but I know it's really good for me. So I don't know. I guess the question is like, why do I feel avoidant? Or why do I
think like avoidancy, from my experience, is like another beast that you fill.
Yeah.
The more
like
that
if
it
I choose
wins,
not to go,
then it gets stronger. Then it gets stronger.
Well, that's what it is. I gotta fill the confidence person today, and not the avoidant person.
And the flip side, though, is that when you're starving one of these beats, they scream. They're in pain.
Yeah.
They don't want to be ignored.
Yeah.
Like, your insecurity wants you to feed into it. And it's like, that's where like a lot of choice comes into me, and like awareness is like understanding why these things, or like how these things work.
Yeah.
And not like why they're there and how they got there. They're there. They're at the party. I see them at the party. We're going to deal. But it's like, in that case, it's like, who do I want to feed? And then you make the choice.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then you can like look at yourself and be like, hey, so you're going to be uncomfortable for like 20 minutes, and we're just going to have like that's when it's like tough shit.
See, I like that advice. You're right. Like, that's what it is. Like, I'll be uncomfortable for 20 minutes, and then I will survive.
Yeah. And then tough shit.
Discomfort, I get something out of it. I've been getting something out of being uncomfortable lately. So I like know that that's the answer.
Yeah.
Right?
And like, and that's like, you don't need, like, that's all.
That's
all.
You
just got to do it. Yeah.
You just got to do it.
It's like, know who you're feeding. And then if you know you're going to be uncomfortable for a period of time, to be uncomfortable. But it's also like, walk in there, start talking to someone, and be like, I didn't want to come to this.
Yeah.
And I bet you they'll look at you and be like, oh, thank God.
Same.
Because that's another thing, is that everyone else in this world is living in their own little world.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all experiencing things to their own degree, and this and that and the other. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to be able to connect with somebody on some level. I completely agree that no matter the person in front of me, I can find something that we have in common for us to connect on.
When the fun, good stuff happens too.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm so like, I honestly don't know if we didn't have this conversation, if I would have just tapped out.
Maybe.
But I feel like inspired. I feel like, yeah, I should go do this thing. I know it's gonna be good for me. I've been avoiding it for 4 months, and my dinner dates canceled tonight because one of them was sick. There was just a bunch of signs pointing me in the direction, and then this conversation was another sign.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, it's also something to note too, that when you got the email, it was like
it hit different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And listening to that, that's intuition. That's that pull.
Yes.
If you want to be an intuitive person in this world, you have to listen to that side of yourself, and then also feed that side of yourself.
Yeah, I like the feeding thing we've been talking about, because it feels less of a like,
starved quite a few
just do
days.
it and you'll be. It feels like, no, you have to practice.
And you have to know that when you starve something, it screams and it's in pain. There is no way out of this that isn't uncomfortable. Like this situation, a situation, but like any kind of change that you make, you're pulling energy from feeding one thing to feeding something else. Starving dogs scream, or whatever the saying is. They're going to scream. You're going to be uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. It's inevitable. So like, it's like when I don't know, if you know you're going to be in pain, then you can prepare for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I approach life. It's like, okay, 20 minutes.
Yeah, ultimately it's telling yourself you can do it too. It's like, of course I can do it. I did fucking 7 days of it and it was crazy and I did it and I felt amazing after. So can I go do an hour of it right now?
Yeah.
Yes, of course I can. But there's a little voice in me that's like, you don't need to do that. And I can't feed that one. I have to feed the one. Yeah, I have to feed the voice that knows
what's good for you.
Yeah, knows what's good for me. That's
your friend. That's your friend.
That's my friend.
That is your best friend in this world. Yes.
Yeah.
And the other voice isn't like this bad, ugly thing. It's been trained like that for life.
It's the voice trying to
protect you from being uncomfortable.
Keep me comfortable. Yeah, keep me comfortable, keep me happy, keep me cozy. And
not happy. I would say comfortable.
Well, not
stagnant.
Not growing.
Not growing. No. And that's like that. And that's something that I like once that revealed itself to me that that voice isn't actually a helpful one, the voice of insecurity or doubt. And like, if you're like obviously able to provide context to be like, I'm not in any danger, then you're not in any danger. Like, you know what I mean? Like you need to be able to zoom out and like listen to the panel. Like I have like a panel in my head of like all the different emotions that chime in and all the different sides of me. And then, but then like who's in charge with the fucking gavel? Like that's my best friend voice. That's like the confident.
I love that. Giving that version of you the most power.
Yeah. She's sitting at the top.
Most decision-making power.
Absolutely. Yeah. Nothing gets done. And of course, every once in a while, someone will get
you gotta listen to all the parts. You gotta listen to all the parts.
You have to honor it because, like the overthinking voice, there is a job for that voice.
Yeah, exactly.
But you have to find that. You have to be able to be like, okay, you're really good at this. You need to be laser focused on like building my company and troubleshooting things. And when I need you, I'm gonna call up on you because you are so good at that. But you're really bad at making decisions when it comes to my health. You know what I mean? Like, it's like being able to hold all these different realities at once, or all these different. I view them as characters, inside out. Like that's like a great view.
It is
like
inside out. It is. Yeah. God, the Pixar stuff teaches you so much. Go watch Soul.
I love
that
Soul.
One is just like it crushes it.
It crushes it. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. That's like
I love that.
That's how my like brain works. That's how I do the things.
I need you sometimes to check me.
But here's the thing: is that everything I just said to you, your best friend voice was probably already saying to you.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah. But it's different when you have someone you admire and like trust and friendship. Going back to the best friend conversation, I asked my best friend, Kate, before we got on the podcast, we had 10 minutes to talk and we were talking about silly Netflix stuff. And then I said, hey, I need you to tell me if I should go to this grad group thing. And she was like, wait, tell me more. And I gave her a little context and she goes, with everything you've told me and everything you're trying to align with and whatever, I think it's a really good night for you to go. And so it was like, I already knew that was the answer. That's exactly what the voice is telling me. But you don't need to go ask 500 people, but like sometimes you just need a girl or two or your mom to tell you, yeah, you should do it. Like,
someone that knows you really well, knows your goals, is okay with saying something.
Outward push that like sometimes I need. I don't always need that. I like really do beat to my own drum most of the time and I don't want advice, but sometimes I want a little push.
No, I'm the same way. I mean, I've called you with stuff. Like after that one podcast episode, I was like, I didn't feel good about that. Was that weird? Exactly. I need feedback. I need you to like mirror me and tell me what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's normal. But
it's called support.
Yeah. It's called having a friend.
Normalize that one.
Please. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on confidence. And like the inner workings of confidence and like what it actually is.
I think we're really growing into our confidence lately.
Yeah, that's like
the last year. I feel like we've made some big strides there.
100%. Oh my God, I feel like
starting this podcast is a big moment.
Yeah,
starting your brand,
everything.
Me owning my brand.
There you go.
There was a few years there I couldn't even own that shit. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I know. But it's layered.
That actually fair.
Yeah.
I mean, Nova Linda was around before I owned it. So.
I know. There you go. Mm-hmm. So it just takes time, takes choice, it takes support, takes other people encouraging you. So surround yourself with people that encourage you. I have a lot of that in my corner right now and it's really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
It takes walking to a room and knowing everyone in that room and everyone I'm going to go sit in a circle with tonight and say kumbaya. Like they're all just human beings also struggling. They're not just showing up there for no reason. Like they have their own stuff of why they're sitting down and wanting in community.
And in that case, like the best thing that you can do for those humans is just show up as yourself.
I know, right? I know. It's so true.
Like it's so refreshing, and that's like something I try to do too. Like is
show up for other people.
Yeah, like in I don't know, the wedding situation. I mean, wedding different because there's like alcohol involved, and that's like a whole nother thing. But like for what you're going, or like High Point or something like that, it's just like just show up as you are. If you're a little uncomfortable, then that's okay to just be like, I'm a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then you find support in the group. Like they're just wonderful human beings out there that like want.
Yeah, that's a message. There's someone else in the room that feels the way that you do.
And be
without a doubt. And you can find that person. You can make eye contact with that person. You don't need to be intimidated by them if they're, better dressed than you or have higher status than you. Like they easily could just be feeling the same exact way as you. There's no marker. There's no reason that someone's above that.
Yeah. And like, in that case, like throw around compliments. If like you see something you like I love doing that. If I walk by someone and I love their outfit, like an ADAC and something, I'm like, oh my God, you look amazing today.
Yeah.
And just like people light up, like just be yourself. You're like already a light.
I know.
What do you need?
I don't know. Sometimes you just need a little reminder.
Oh.
It's a big old world out there.
Okay.
Rock on.
Rock on, people. I hope this was helpful.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
I know we got a little heady in there.
It's okay. We always get heady. Like, what's new?
No, I'm done. Yeah, you're right. I'm not going to apologize for that anymore.
No, I mean, this is what we do. We're fleshing out our inner workings. And if you've made it this far in the episode, I'm impressed. I'm impressed that, we're not driving you nuts.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, listeners, we absolutely adore you guys. I hope that you feed the most confident versions of yourselves moving forward. And if you are struggling with that, first step is just becoming aware of where your energy is going. So just focus there. Just take a little observation.
Let's be curious.
Yeah, let's be a little curious with ourselves.
A lot of people have been reminding me of that when I've been jumping ahead in therapy or with other things. And they're like, why don't you just stay curious for a second? There's no rush.
Sure.
In having to tackle the beast.
Exactly.
Right? There's no rush.
And when in doubt, take action.
Yeah.
Take action towards something that you want to do.
Little wins.
Little wins. Yes, little wins. They build up.
Little wins. They build up for sure. Okay. I love you.
I love you too.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
Wish me luck tonight.
Oh, you don't need it. You don't fucking need it.
I know. Just putting yourself out there. It's vulny.
It is vulny, but you're going to get it. And you're going to get some amazing downloads. I know you're going to like.
I know.
I'm
feeling that. I'm feeling the
podcast
power.
needs it. I'm just kidding.
I know.
Do it for us.
I will. I'm doing it for the listeners. I'll give an update about how it went.
Hell yeah. All right. Peace out, listeners, and love you, see.
Love ya.